Okay, I hope everyone has made a guess. If you haven't guessed it, it is the apparel printer. Now we have gotten the printer inside the craft room, and right here, my son's father is putting the paper holder on the back. There are screws that go to the back, and this is the inside of the printer. And right there, you have to make sure that that tab is open. I will try to put a zoom shot there, so that you would see which tab that needs to be open when you set this up. But there are tabs there that need to be open. That is the print head. The print head has two heads to it. And then right here, this is the lock the paper in place. That's us opening the paper to put on the back of the machine. Right here, you see the colors. They are very well sealed. You have the white, the black, the blue. Now right here, I am going to be putting the moisturizer into the printer. That is the moisturizer. If you don't have moisturizer, if you run out of moisturizer, it's been said that you can use distilled water, because they were out of stock on the moisturizer. And once you open it out of the plastic and open the cap, there is also a safety cap. And that's just me pouring it in there. So they come well sealed. They should not burst open through shipment, because they do come well sealed. And it took the whole bottle. Now the white, they give you one bottle. However, you can put two bottles in, because I did order 3 more bottles. And you see me trying to open it there with the scissors. But I did order 3 more bottles because the one bottle, the white tray is longer than the other tray. So it looks like there isn't any white. There isn't a lot of white in there. So right here, you see us putting on gloves because the ink does, you can spill the ink and it will get all over your hands. So we opted to get gloves. So I do suggest that you get gloves. Right here, I didn't film it, but I wasted some ink. So you see me wiping it up. Because the way the bottle is, you're supposed to go from behind and pour it in. But I did see another guy suggest that if you have a 2-liter bottle, an empty 2-liter bottle, if you cut the top half and rinse it real good, and I'll insert a picture. If you rinse it real good, you can use that as a funnel because it goes right over that opening where the ink goes in. And also the Dollar Tree does have funnels. However, those funnels will go inside the ink holder thing. And when you take it out, the ink will drip. But the 2-liter bottle thing will not. It will funnel right over the top of it. Ink will not splash and you won't have a mess. Again, I will try to insert a picture of what that looks like, so that you would know another option. I know that doesn't sound very professional or very, very convenient for some people, but it works. I'm all about what works. And so, I had a pretty big mess. As you can see, I'm still cleaning, but I do eventually get it all up. So don't be me. Don't make a big mess. You would either go behind on the machine and pour it in, or you will get the little in the funnel thing that I just told you about. Okay, and yeah, that works. And also have plenty of paper towels when you're pouring the ink. So if you do get a splatter, it will get on the paper towel. As you can see right there, my son's father is taking over to make sure I don't have another spill, because it wasn't anything that got like into the machinery part. It only got on the outside of the machine, which was an easy cleanup. But I did spill some. Okay, right here is a picture of the funnel. Now back to me. As you can see now, I have learned my lesson, so I am laying paper towels as I pour the different colors in. So be prepared, because you will kind of get a little splashback, but not a lot. So and always go from behind. As you can see, I'm behind the machine. Because the paper has already been installed right there. So I am behind the machine. And I just used the paper towels to add all the rest. Now we are going on to the fun part, the powder. As you can see, I still have on my gloves. And I have on my gloves just because I don't like the powder feel on my hands. This is the cabinet in the back of the door. In the back of the machine. You push it to open, and it turns to slide out. The way I just turned it, you're locking it, and then you turn it that way to open it, to pull it out. And once you pull out the cylinder there, you are going to take the powder and you are going to pour it into the cylinder evenly. You have to pour it in there evenly. You can use the whole bag. However, I didn't, because I thought the amount that we put in was a good amount. Because the powder does kind of recycle as it flows through the machine. And now here we are putting the cylinder back into the machine. We're going to slide it, turn it to lock it, and then you will push the door closed. And now you have entered the powder. Right here, he is putting in the stand for where the paper shoots out at. The good thing is everything is magnetic. With everything being magnetic, you just going to slide it in there and it will snap into place. It does slide in and out for longer sheets. And as we were doing that, there was a knock at the door, and it was the exhaust fan. That did come separately. They used a delivery company for the machine itself, and the exhaust fan, it came separately. It came via FedEx, I think it was, a FedEx delivery. So that is just us there boxing everything. And again, it does come very well packaged. They packaged it so there was little to no damage. Thankfully, we had no damage at all on any of the supplies or machinery that we received. We had no damage that we could see. So if we did have any damage, it would have been internal. But all is well. We don't see any damage. Now, after we have unboxed everything, we have to open up the exhaust fan box there. As you can see, it's plastic in there. But once we open it up, there again, everything is magnetic, so it's not like you have to unscrew anything, because everything is magnetic, which I love. It makes it very easy for when you have to do any maintenance to the machine, because everything is has a magnet on it. But here we're pulling everything out. You have to take the filters out, take the plastic off the filters. There are, I think, 5 or 6 filters in there. I can't remember. right offhand, but you take all the plastic off of everything. The filters are numbered, I believe. And once you take all the plastic off of them, you will put them in the order that per the directions. I want to say that they are numbered, but here we are now putting the removing the plastic. Removing the plastic and putting the filters into the machine. Once you get them all in, you will have to, it comes with a few different hoses. You see the front panel there, it's magnetic. You just snap it on. But you do have a different hose options. Because from my understanding, this is the same one that they use for their laser machines. So it gives you a couple different options of hoses to use. I guess so if you do have the laser and you want to use the hose for the laser, you can. So you do have different types of hoses, and you do have to figure out which one it is. I think here we were playing around trying to figure out which was which. And I am being a horrible camera person as well. But I'm a good project manager. I'm just a bad camera person. So, yeah, this is him trying to find the right hose. And we eventually, of course, we do find the correct hose for that will go with this machine. And I do recommend that you buy the hoses. I'm sorry, not the hoses, but I do recommend you buy the exhaust fan. And now there we find the right hose. You connect it to that, and voila. And it should automatically come on once your things go in the oven. Right there is a wireless connection. You're going to plug that up into the back there. And then that white cord that looks like an old school telephone cord, that makes the printer and the oven talk. And that is for your HDMI, and that at the top is if you have a C connection or like a MacBook. You could connect. I do recommend that you have a good wireless signal, or you're going to have to use your cable HDMI to your laptop. Because if you don't have a good connection, you are not going to be able to print. It will stop mid-print. So make sure your connection is good. Now here we have powered on the machine. And it is purring like a nice kitty. And it does do like calibration and all of that on its own. Now, I don't think I took a good video, but you need to make sure that when you put the paper in, that it is absolutely under the black little tabs. Now, right here, it is telling you to unclamp the ink lines. Now, a thing that we had to learn, that the little print head cover, when you take it off to unclamp it, make sure, that's me showing you the white. Make sure you leave it off because you'll see. Once you unclamp it, so right here, I've taken it off and we've already unclamped them. Once it runs the little test, you're going to have to clamp them back. But the print head is going to be all the way to the right. And if the cover is on, you can't take the cover off. So you have to leave the cover off to clamp them back. And then once you do all that and it runs all the calibrations and all the tests, you get this little notice right here that says, right here it's aligning, and it's doing alignment, and then it's calibrating. Once it does all that, you will get a little notice that says all done.